My name is Katongo. I'm a national team captain for Zambia. I wish everybody Happy New Year and prosperous 2012. Thank you.
Thank you. So Chris, you're captain of Zambia, and so a lot of expectations, a lot of weight on your shoulders for just the millions of Zambians and also for people from the southern part of Africa. And then, of course, your fans everywhere. People are going to be looking forward to a great tournament. What are your expectations?
I think expectation is high. We don't need to give ourselves the pressure. We know Zambian people, they want to do more than what we did in 2010. And expectation is high, as I said. So I think as a player, we don't need to have much pressure. We have to contain this pressure and ourselves and try to do the best on the pitch.
Looking at the teams that are coming to the tournament, a lot of the big, so-called big name teams are not there. Do you see that as an advantage, or it puts additional pressure on you?
I think first of all, I'm proud really to qualify for the Africa Cup, which is the most important thing. We have some of the teams it's difficult to qualify. So first of all, I'm proud for Zambia to qualify. And secondly, for me to qualify to the Africa Cup, I think it's an opportunity. Every time we qualify, it's an opportunity. So I don't look at what the other team has been doing, what has been done. Every team which has qualified to the Africa Cup, I think, has got the chance for them to go further in the competition. So whatever the big names, the so-called big names, I don't think in football, when it starts, you don't so-called big names. Big names comes in the papers, when they write in the papers. But after all, it's 90 minutes. Whoever wins is a big name. I remember when we went to 2010, it was not easy for us. We had Cameroon in the group, Tunisia in the group. It was not easy, but we were not looking on those big names. And we went through the next round. So this is it again. So if we can do it, we can do it again.
If you look at that 2010 tournament, you came up against Nigeria, and despite having a very good game, you lost on penalties. 2 years down the line, are you more experienced now going to the Nations Cup with this bunch that you have?
I think we know what is at stake. We know what is happening to the Africa Cup. Every little mistake that you make, they will use it. The other people will use it. The other players or the other team will use it. So we know. So what is important is the other players who are coming in, if they can adapt to what we have experienced there, which is going to be more important. But if they think of some other things, then it won't be okay. And the most important thing, I think, is a team spirit. Because 2010 we have a team spirit. And if we can have again a team spirit, I think we can go further than what we did. So what is important is the team spirit.
The team spirit you had in 2010, a lot of it is attributed to your coach, who is back to the team now. Is that an advantage for you that you have him back as coach?
I think it's an advantage to us because we know him, what he wants, what he do, what he does, and what he likes, what he doesn't like, which is more important. And I think it's more also pressure for us because what we did with the same coach is more higher expectation with the people to do more of what we did, which is also normal for every player or anything. So everybody has a pressure. That's the most important thing. All the teams have got the pressure in one way or another. So it's normal. So we are not scared of this pressure of our Zambian people, our fans, to say, okay, we bring you this coach, we did this, and you have to go further. It's normal, but we have to do our work. That's the more important thing. First of all, take first thing first, not what they want to say, because what we are saying is not what we are playing. So what is in the pitch is different what is outside the pitch. Even what the coach is going to look at the things is different of the other fans, how they will look at the things. So all those things we know from the experience of being from the Africa Cup. So it's up to the other guys, as I said, coming in on board and try to follow what we have experienced and try to make as one unit. Because no matter how you can have good players, if you don't have a unit, you can't do anything. Look at Egypt, they don't have professional players outside. but that's a unit. So we can learn from them. We can be the best team in Africa just by the unity.
Now the group that you have Equatorial Guinea, who are the hosts. So you're going to be playing, against thousands of their fans, plus millions others cheering from outside, even within your hotel and wherever you go. You're going to be playing against the fans. Then you've got Senegal with so much high ratings for their strikers, and then you've got Libya that you know very well. Tell us a bit about that group, with all those teams. What are you expecting from them?
I think, from my experience, I think, even on behalf of all the players, I think we respect every team. No matter which team, talk of whatever the team, Ethiopia, whatever the team that you mentioned, we respect the team. And if we need to give more respect, for example, Senegal's got more names, more big names, which playing in the English and French league and stuff like that. If we need to respect this team, they have to play as a team. If they don't have to play as a team, then it's going to be a problem for them. So it's not our problem. It's their problem if they cannot come up with a team spirit. It's no matter how the names they have, And looking at, yes, Senegal is a favorite on the paper and stuff like that, followed by whoever they think. It's normal for people to rate the teams, to rate the players that they have playing on the high level. It's the same like Nigeria, they have good players, but they are not to the Africa Cup. So this is part of motivation which other team which is coming in the Africa Cup, which is going to bring even more competition than the other teams, because they want to make a name. We don't have a name. We want to make a name, and this is the opportunity. And every time Zambia has the opportunity, every team which qualifies to the Africa Cup has the opportunity to make a name. And Zambia every time qualifies, he has to make a name. And can we do it this time? And this is the question everybody is asking, because it's going to be my 4th Africa Cup of Nations, and I have to do something. If it doesn't happen, the guys have to help me, because this is the thing.
Now, when we come to the African Nations Cup, you are one of the star players that is well known across Africa. There's also the other ones coming from Africa and all that. The attention of the whole world will be on Africa. What can you say about the quality of the players in Africa? Because this is like our own big tournament that the whole world will be watching. What kind of tournament are we going to have a fantastic tournament where we show the best of African football? What can we?
I think the Africa has got its own flair of playing football. I think it's a good flair of playing football. It's a different flair from European clubs, because I've seen big names playing in the Europe, big European clubs coming to Africa. It becomes difficult for them. So I think Africa's got its own flair of playing. It's different from Europe. Of course, an experienced player, you play on the high level, but Africa Cup is a different flair. I know people will disagree with me in one way or another, but if they try to compare each and every player who's playing in Europe the way he plays, and he comes back to Africa and plays, they will find the difficulty. And that makes it another flair of Africa. That's what I think. And that other flair, that also brings other people to come and see what type of flair of this flair, in Africa, and then the people will try to watch and see the flair, of Africa, each and every country displayed on the ground, and that's what I've noticed.
Thank you very much, Chris.
You're welcome.
It's been a pleasure talking to you. We hope and pray that you have a good tournament, and maybe we'll get a chance to hang out like this with you as winner of the tournament.
No problem.
Right.
Thanks very much.
Thanks a lot.